What's up, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for a late Thursday night video right here, once again on Metal God 669. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down below right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as always on the Metal God channel, on most videos, I don't do a big fancy intro where we talk seriously when I do my tribute videos to the faithful departed in the music realm or movies, wrestling, sports, whatever it may be that, I feel like talking about and it's kind of important. But other videos, I do my long-winded intro when I do metal news or unboxings of stuff I buy online, like In This Moment stuff or band merchandise, stuff like that. And I also I show off concerts I go to. If you've seen my channel, you know. But if you're new to my channel, well, welcome. First of all, welcome. Second of all, check those out so you know where, it's not all about death videos and well, not death and death-related videos, tribute videos as well. But it's not all about that. I do have metal news and music-related material and content on the channel. So, and once again, all the tribute videos I do are not for clout, not to get a million fucking views. It's nice, but I don't do that. I don't disrespect the dead, and I don't, do videos like this to garner a lot of hits. It's great that I get that, but, I don't do it just because, I want 6 million hits or something like that, I do it as a tribute to the faithful departed in the music realm or sports or whatever realm it may be. So, just to get that out of the way. So, if you're here for the first time, welcome, and glad to have you. And that's that. Alright. This is my second video of the day. I did a video earlier today on this very channel talking about, in the wrestling realm, we lost Colonel De Beers, who is a controversial 1980s wrestler that had mega feuds with Sergeant Slaughter and Jimmy Superfly Snuka back in the AWA. So he passed away a couple of days ago at the age of 76. So check that video out, well, whenever you want, after this video or before this video, whatever you want to do. And that's that. So that's the first video of the day. But video number 2 right here on the channel. Now, this kind of hits me right in the gut. A little while ago, I found out the tragic news, and I was on Facebook, just surfing, just checking out my main channel, and I'm looking up and down, just scrolling down my feed, and I come across Metallica's Facebook page, and I saw a post from Metallica, and it wasn't a great post, and it was some bad news report, and if you listen to Reload, not Load, but Reload, one of the main tracks on Reload was a song called The Memory Remains, and we all know that song. You hear it live pretty much at every Metallica show. It's a great track. I think it's an underrated track, but that's just me. But if you notice in the video and in the track itself, we hear a female voice in the track and in the video itself, and that great person is Marianne Faithfull. And I'm sad to report that Marianne Faithfull has passed away tonight at the age of 78 years old. So a lot of people have been dying in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. We can't live forever. I mean, I wish we could, but we don't have Dragon Balls, we don't have the Fountain of Youth, anything like that. But Yeah, I found this out, like I said, a few minutes ago when I was surfing through Facebook and I came across Metallica's Facebook page and they had a picture of Marianne Faithfull from the Memory Remains video, and I thought it was her birthday. Well, her birthday was a couple of, almost a month ago, around the time my birthday is, but, like around the Christmas time. But I thought it was her birthday, but like I said, no, that wasn't to be, and, I was, looking in the post and everything, and it basically said that, Marianne, we miss you, this and that. I'm like, wait a minute, did Marianne Faithfull pass away? Well, maybe, I thought it was just like, we miss you type post, but I looked it up, because you gotta look these things up, because you think somebody's dead, and they're not dead, they have these death hoax things, which are so stupid. But I looked it up on Google, because we have to Google everything, and sadly, like I said, Marianne Faithfull has left us at the age of 78 years old. And I am in utter shock to hear this news. Now, let me get the story from BBC News, or BBC.com, whatever you want to call it, but, you can get it anyway, just Google it, you'll find any news story, but I'm getting a little bit of research and backstory, so we got that. But anyway, from the BBC.com, singer and actress Marianne Faithfull has passed away at the age of 78. Her spokesman has said tonight. She was born in Hampstead in December 1946. Great year that was. She was known for hits like As Tears Go By, which reached the UK. Not that song from Family Matters. That's a different song. As Days Go By, that's a different thing. But anyway, she was known for As Tears Go By, which reached the UK top 10 in 1964, and had starring roles in films, including 1968's The Girl on a Motorcycle. She was also famously the girlfriend of Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger, we all know who he is, in the 1960s, inspiring songs such as Wild Horses and You Can't Always Get What You Want. I didn't even know she wrote that. Interesting. After a period of heroin addiction in the 70s, who wasn't doing cocaine and all those drugs in the 70s, you dumb hippies? But anyway, she resurrected her career with the classic album Broken English. And, speaking of Mick Jagger, he paid tribute to his former girlfriend. He described her, Marianne, as a wonderful friend, a beautiful singer, and a great actress, and also said that he was so saddened to hear about her passing. His bandmate, as well, Keith Richards, posted that he was so sad following Marianne's death, adding that he will miss her, or we will miss her. Also, Ronnie Wood of the Rolling Stones, and yes, they're all still miraculously alive. That's why I coined the name Rolling Bones, because they're like 70, 80 years old, and still rocking, by the way. Who knows? I'm not making fun of them, but they're old, But, they're still great to see live. They're still amazing live, just saying. But, not that I've seen them live, I've seen YouTube videos and pictures from people that went to their concerts. I think they had one last year, actually. They still rock in their 80s, 70s, not late 80s, but 70s and 80s, you still rock, if your name ain't Ozzy, but, Ozzy's retired now, which is sad to see, Ozzy, Ozzy's right around, 75, 76 years old, and, not in great health with his back, and, I think all the years of drug use and all that other shit that he's done has finally caught up to him, and, we saw him, last time we saw him was at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and he barely could even freaking get up. And he was sitting down, and he still can talk, and he can still kick ass. But we can't obviously rock out with his cookie, like his great friend Lemmy would say. But, he's still Ozzy. He can still do certain things, but he can't go on stage and rock like he used to do. You know, certain people in their 60s, 70s, and getting close to their 80s, you know, it's time to, you know, kind of pack it in and retire. Well, certain bands, Rolling Stones and Kiss, you know, just keep going. But then, you know, Kiss finally said, all right, we're going to put the guitars down, or so we thought. They're Gene Simmons. He still rocks, and he's in his 70s with his solo band. So, I always say, bands say they're going to retire, they don't retire. They never retire. They get the itch and like, oh, let's do a reunion show. Like a one-off reunion. It becomes a 10-year reunion, Kiss. Motley Crue. I mean, so many bands had to say they're going to retire and they come back. Or they take like 10 years off, Guns N' Roses, and, you know, none of the original members are back, per se, you know. Steven Adler has his own band, but he came back for a reunion show, but, well, a couple of shows he did, but, you know, not a lot of 80s bands were kind of left. I mean, Poison does, you know, every year or every, you know, whenever they get together, they do a nostalgia tour, which is basically their greatest hits. No new music. Certain bands have new music coming out, you know, but other bands, you just play their hits and everybody loves it. Your kids are gonna love it, you know. I was watching a Belinda Carlisle video for Heaven is a Place on Earth. I almost forgot the name of the goddamn song. From 2023 in Washington, D.C. during the Capitol 4th, right? She has her, you know, she's there. She has there was like an orchestra behind her. There's two background singers and a guitar player who's playing pretty much out of tune. And she's singing a song. She looks great for 64 years old at the time. And anyway, I'm listening to the song. Sounds great. And then it cut to the crowd. Half the fucking crowd, which is like old people, like 50s, 60s, and maybe in their 70s, who God knows 80s. They're like, I'm like, do you know the words of the song or not? Come on! And then it cut to the kids, like around my age or maybe a little bit younger. They know exactly the words. What does that tell you? I'm 48. I grew up in 76. Right near, you know, the end of disco, into the punk years, into, you know, the great decade that it was, the 80s. If you think the 80s sucked, fuck you, by the way. The 80s are probably the most amazing decade ever, with the greatest music ever. Bands and people, Madonna, you know, Michael Jackson, and the like. Great metal bands like Metallica. But if you hate the 80s, fuck you. Because most of you were born in like 2000. But, you know, the 90s and up. So you millennials don't know shit about the 80s. But I digress. That's another story for another time. But anyway, Ronnie Wood of the Rolling Stones posted twice on Instagram. Oh, now you do it once. I didn't know that. I'm kidding. He posted a old picture of him, Marianne Faithfull, and Keith Richards in a recording studio with the caption, "Farewell, dear Marianne." And the other was a shot of the pair with the words, "Marianne will be dearly missed, bless her, XX." Marianne's spokesman said Marianne passed away peacefully in London today in the company of her loving family. She will be dearly missed. She had multiple health problems, including bulimia, breast cancer, emphysema caused by decades of smoking. Oh, that'll do it for one. In 2020, she got that fucking virus, COVID, and was hospitalized for 22 days. Ouch. Ugh. Not good. You know, this fucking virus, you know, you get it, you get it bad. Not good. I got it, and I wasn't in the hospital per se. I was like pretty much stuck at home for 2 weeks. It sucked. And that's what the fucking virus is. It's still going around. There's talk that another pandemic might be coming. Oh, God, no. We don't need that. Under Trump's watch, mind you. But that's another story for another time. Doctors said they did not expect her to survive, but she pulled through, releasing her 21st album, She Walks in Beauty, a year later in 2021. Her story is a big, remarkable portrait of the rock and roll era. She was a doe-eyed poster girl of the 1960s, plucked from obscurity by the Rolling Stones manager at the tender age of 16, and given As Tears Go By, the first song ever written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, which was an international hit. Her version was light and breathy, delivered in a folk pop style that was to become her trademark during the swinging 60s, because, the 60s were just crazy. Folk music was coming up. The birth of rock and roll extended from the 50s into the 60s with the Beatles, the British Invasion, stuff like that. Great music then, there too. With her Pomonius debut album in 1966, North Country Made, she became part of the British Invasion. She came over from Britain. Smashed the U.S. pop charts. She had her affair with Mick Jagger turned her into a tabloid lightning rod, kind of like Marilyn Monroe when she was going out with Mickey Mantle, and then JFK. Remember that whole thing from the 50s and 60s, and I think maybe a little bit of the early 70s. So that was a little controversial. That got a lot of press, and then Mick Jagger going out with Marianne in the 60s, that got a lot of press. But anyway, after they split, she fell into a big-time drug addiction, and at one point living homeless on the streets of Soho. I think it was in New York, I don't think in London, but anyway. She reemerged for a little bit with the 1976 album Dreamin' in My Dreams, but really hit her stride in 1979 with her new wave influence. New wave was starting, like I said, new wave was starting, Flock of Seagulls would come along later, and bands like Duran Duran in the early 80s, Devo, stuff like that. But 79, her new wave influence album Broken English, which she showcased her ashen voice and hard-won wisdom that would define the second act of her career, which got her a Grammy Award nomination. Didn't win, obviously. She teamed up with songwriters like P.J. Harvey and Nick Cave. That's some 80s, and that's some really 90s stuff. But anyway, each side of her is an inspiration. Excuse me. Other collaborators over the years included the late great David Bowie, Lou Reed, Jarvis Cocker, nice name, Damon Albarn, Emmylou Harris, and the late, not late, what am I talking about? And the great band that it is, Metallica! And Lars Ulrich, thanked Marianne for her incredible and unique contribution to our music and for always being so willing to join us in performing the song The Memory Remains. Like I said, it's a very underrated song. And Load, I think Load and Reload are pretty much underrated Metallica albums, unlike a certain album called we won't talk about that one. I'm sorry. Got a cold. Don't buy that album. That album sucks. Why would Metallica and Lou Reed do an album? Figure that one out. Hey, at least it's better than Saint Anger. Oh, Saint Anger kicks ass. Production-wise, no. That was a barely produced fucking album. Great songs on the album, like Invisible Kid and Frantic and Saint Anger, but the album, in my opinion, was badly produced. Not the greatest Metallica album. I think it's one of their worst albums, like Lulu. Just saying. I mean, you might like Saint Anger. I personally like 3 songs off it. Really 4 songs, if you think about it. I think it's 3 or 4. I'll have to look at that album again. But those 3 songs I mentioned are probably one of my favorites on the album. But anyway, moving on. So Lars thanked her for her contribution to Reload and the song that everybody loves. Because every time Metallica plays it, when they get to that part where Marianne says la 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 la, everybody's singing that goddamn song. And then she appeared on stage for a few times, and she got a mega reaction. It was great. Her acting career kind of was parallel to her music career. On stage, she appeared alongside Glenda Jackson in Chekhov's Three Sisters, played Ophelia in Hamlet, and which she admitted later, her nightly descent into madness had been chemically enhanced. I don't know how that worked, but anyway. She also played God in 2 episodes of the sitcom Absolutely Fabulous, and the devil in William Burroughs and Tom Waits' musical The Black Rider. Interesting, playing 2 parts, playing God and the devil. Interesting. But music was rare. Her heart was. Her penultimate album, 2018's Negative Capability, was a meditation on aging, loneliness, and grief, inspired partly by the death of her old friend and fellow Rolling Stones paramour, Anita Pallenberg, and partly by the terror attacks on the Bataclan nightclub in her adopted home of Paris. So I guess it's Bataclan. And then the album included a raw and emotional re-recording of As Tears Go By that reduced everyone pretty much in the studio to tears, including producer Rob Ellis. She received the World Lifetime Achievement Award at 2009's Women's World Awards and was made a Commandeur of the Ordre des Arts et Lettres. I can't even speak French. I'm gonna get letters. I know. I'm sorry. She's a commander of the Ordre des Arts et des Lettres by the government of France. I kind of said it right. Her longtime friend, the BBC Radio 2 presenter Bob Harris, called her an encapsulation of the 60s. He also said while she initially was known for being Mick Jagger's girlfriend, through her people began to see her as an artist and a creator. He also added, to me, she was wonderful, she was interesting, very, very bright, and from an aristocratic background, which is always part of the way she carried herself. And, she was married, divorced 3 times to artist John Dunbar in 1965, Ben Brearley, a punk band of Vibrators. Nice name for a band, huh? In 1979, and her last husband, actor Giorgio Della Tezza, in 1988, and she is survived by her son, Nicholas Dunbar. So, that is the life and times of Marianne Faithfull. Most of us, like my age, don't know much about her past from the 60s and, getting with Mick Jagger and her musical career, but guys like me, metalheads, know her from Metallica's The Memory Remains. That's it. So if you're a metalhead and you listen to Metallica religiously, like I do, kind of hits you right in the gut, hearing Marianne passed away, and pretty much we're going to be playing The Memory Remains on constant loop over the weekend, and pretty much for many years to come. It's just a shock, and I'm just saddened to hear the news that Marianne Faithfull passed away, earlier today, or, I just found this out today now, like about an hour ago. So, she passes away at the tender age of 78. Like I said, she had a lot of health problems with emphysema, drug-related, also drugs kind of played a part in her being sick over the last few years, and, her life was cut short at the age of 78. So, I don't have a drink like I usually do, but to Marianne Faithfull, God rest your mighty soul. I know you're singing all your great 60s to 70s hits up in heaven in that great big concert hall in the sky with people like Jimi Hendrix, people like that. I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head right now. But, Frank Sinatra and people like that up in that great concert hall in the sky. Maybe singing The Memory Remains with a different band. Who knows? But to Marianne, God rest your mighty soul. And I'd like to take a moment of silence for the memory, no pun intended, the memory of Marianne Faithfull. So to her and to her fans and to her family, I offer my condolences. And to Marianne, rest in peace. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Leave me your thoughts and memories of Marianne. Anything you want down below in the comments section that's respectful. Don't, do anything stupid so I have to block you. So, be respectful of the people that have passed away. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section. And that's pretty much it. But if you remember Marianne from the Metallica video for The Memory Remains, then you're having a bad day right now. But a very, very, sad day in the world of heavy metal, today and going into the overnight. Like I said, I found this news out almost about an hour ago on Metallica's Facebook page. So, and I thought it was a joke, because when you hear people dying, sometimes it's real, sometimes you have to go on TMZ, or you have to Google it, and sometimes it's not true, or it hasn't come out yet, so you have to take it with a grain of salt before the actual news comes out. So that's why I wait a little while to see if it's actually true. So, but this is actually true, not made up bullshit. Marianne Faithfull has passed away at the age of 78. So keep on rocking, Marianne, in that great concert hall in the sky. And, Metallica misses you. The metal community really will miss you. And we keep going, ladies and gentlemen. We keep going. So to that, I am out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Live life to 100%, to 90%. The other 10%, well, we don't know. But take each day as it comes, or as my mom always says to me, take it one day at a time, because we never know when the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ will call our number. If we don't want to go, we have to go. If we're not ready, we still have to go, and, hopefully it's, not under tragic circumstances, and, it's due to natural causes. We can live to, into old age, not die a young age, but in any case, ladies and gentlemen, live life to the fullest, take each day as it comes, one day at a time. If you have a bad day, just, get through it. There'll be brighter days to come. And if you have a great day, hopefully you have more great days to come, for the rest of your life. And that's that. Alright guys, I said enough. Thanks for watching, and until next time, rock on, and peace.